Hi. So today I'd like to talk about continuous improvement teams inside organizations. At TBM, we are often asked who our competition is, and more this has turned into internal consulting teams called typically continuous improvement. Even 5 years ago, having a continuous improvement team was actually quite rare, particularly in the UK and in Europe, but now it has become commonplace. But here is my question. What are the backgrounds of those in the continuous improvement team and the value that they bring? How well is that placed inside the organization? At TBM, we like the idea of almost doing ourselves out of a job. When we work with a client, we want to make sure that the teams with whom we work are properly educated and trained. So actually, if another problem comes up, they're able to deal with it themselves. Now more and more, we're seeing that continuous improvement teams are taking these jobs, and that's not a bad thing. Please don't get me wrong. I think that's actually a very positive thing. My only concern is the capability of some of these teams. We like the idea of actually working with these teams to not only deliver a project with a substantial return on investment, but more importantly, ones where we take people on a journey of change so they start to understand what is the art of what's possible. We always, when we work with a client, have what we call a task force team. So these are people who work for the client and actually work directly with us 100% of the time. And it's usually a very similar number. So if we have 3 consultants and a project manager on a team, we really would like 4 people from the client as well. This team fundamentally then becomes a continuous improvement team in the future. But most importantly, they're taught how to do continuous improvement correctly, how to identify where there are opportunities, how to develop those opportunities into something meaningful, how to perform studies at the right level to drive an understanding and allow everyone on the shop floor to realize that not only is change possible, but the results can be substantial. More importantly though, it's about how to make sure continuous improvement teams now are actually engaging with their own people. At TBM, we typically report into somebody very senior in an organization, so we're able to remove obstacles and roadblocks that stop us from delivering the change. Sometimes continuous improvement teams report too low in an organization and don't quite have that gravitas to start moving the mountain that allows change to really happen. What we like to do though is work with continuous improvement teams, taking them on a normal project with us and actually driving that understanding inside themselves to see what's possible, but more importantly, how they engage with people to deliver real behavioral change, not just processes. Quite easily, processes can be changed. Implementing them with people, understanding why they need to do it in the first place, is the real challenge of what we do for a living. I would welcome calls from clients or old clients or potential new clients where we could have a conversation about how progressed the continuous team are managing their way of working and really what targets they're setting themselves and how to drive real change at the point of execution. That means actually at the shop floor.